I want to see Mike Lindell's speech. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide. This is Mike Lindell's speech at CPAC. It's allegedly 15 minutes long. I don't know if I believe that. We'll see.
He's a good friend of ours, and
while I'm standing here,
sure every one of you have had a My Pillow. If it's not on your bed, I'm sure
it's in your truck, or it is in your office, for in case you have like sciatica or something like that. Oftentimes, I have used mine to get rid of an ornery older relative who won't sign the will.
You have given them as gifts. You may even have some my slippers or my sheets or
my crack, pipe.
Whatever. I think he has one of everything now.
Yes, he does. He has my pony.
And there's also a new issue. I know we have a lot of entrepreneurs in here, and I know my husband hates Amazon.
He hates what? Sorry? He hates Amazon?
I know we have a lot of entrepreneurs in here, and I know my husband hates Amazon.
I hate Amazon too. Terrible. Terrible. It's a terrible Amazon knockoff. Sometimes I will mistype because the B, it's on the keyboard is BNM, and sometimes my thumbs get really, they inflate when I've been shopping online too much, and I'll hit that B instead of that M, and it takes me right to Amazon.
And we've always been looking for a place to go purchase
instead of Amazon.
There's items that we know they're made in the U.S. and that we can support our own commerce, and especially things that
and sure shit ain't Walmart.com
are made in America. So he has now my store. So if you all are interested in purchasing items,
he has lots of items. There are items there
that are made right here in the United States.
Allegedly, his are maybe
by American workers. Go to my store. Mike, obviously, is going to tell you a lot about what he's doing, and he's got some great things to talk about today, and especially a lot about election integrity. And he's actually leaving here today to go to Wisconsin.
What?
And he and Carrie Lake and President Trump will be there later this afternoon talking about what's going on in Wisconsin and what the important things are. But to tell you a little bit about Mike, he's a fighter, and we are in a war, and it's going to take each and every one of us.
Yeah, you're not in a war. And he's not a fighter. He's a whiner.
Mike will share his story today, and hopefully will motivate you to join with
I'm already motivated.
him and the rest of us here at CPAC as we take back our country, as we work to win back what we're fighting for, which is our freedom. And
yes, our freedom of speech has been taken, as I'm telling you today, into this microphone in a room full of people who legally can be here, while it's being broadcast on the internet for anyone to see.
Not only to win it back, but also to make
we're going to have hot fruit.
Sure it never happens again. So,
and by it, she means elections.
So with that, because
she's very unfree. No one is free who's in a rose-shouldered dress.
The clock tells me I have 2 minutes left, but I really want you.
Oh, so he's late.
To hear from Mike today. I want you to hear what he's been doing, and he's
because I don't know.
Probably is the most canceled person in the United States.
He totally is.
Everybody's canceled him.
Yeah, just by anytime you ignore him, or you find him to be dull and painful to listen to, that's technically cancel culture.
But you know what? They're on the losing end because Mike is a fighter and he's a winner, and
he's a fighter and a winner, and he's better than Amazon.
He's going to win, and we've all read the last chapter. And we know what the results are going to be.
Wait a minute. You know what the results are going to be? Rigged. The election's rigged.
And we will win in the end. And we're just in a war.
We're going to win in the war, but in the end. But it is a war.
It's a battle.
Or a battle. It's war or a battle. It's a battle or a war. You can win the war or the battle, whichever you win. You win.
We win.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. All right. Well, then I don't know what the fuck you're worried about then.
Thank you so much for coming to CPAC, especially supporting our Texas event. And hopefully you will have a great experience, and we look forward to seeing.
I don't think I think it's going to be bad. I'm honest to God. I think it's going to be. So I'm already bored, and I know they are. Hold on.
You throughout the conference. Have a blessed day, Mike.
Mike, get out of here.
You back there? My honor, Mike Lindell.
Mike recorded this song in his first year in college. Lady, she's a nice lady. Oh yeah.
Wow, thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to show this. I'm going to do something a little different.
Uh-oh. He's going to strip for us.
I want to show you a little clip we made. We made two of them. One of them is 3 minutes long. And it's going to tell you about an upcoming event I have that's going to change.
It's an ad. That's what most people refer to it.
This country and the world forever.
Yeah, it's fantastic. This whole thing is just fabulous.
And it's August 20th and 21st.
It's August 20th and 21st. It's going to be 24 hours. It's going to be 48 hours of the same 24 hours in 8-hour segments. I won't be there the whole time, especially if I'm attacked again with a tangerine.
First, so if you can roll that first, please.
Shit. Good. Charlie, he's asking for it right out of the gate. Yeah, I know we discussed it. He said he was going to do it later in the show, and then I thought it was how he's going to end things. No, he wants it now. Stop it. Here, listen. Just run the clip, god darn it. It's not, honest to God, we're trying to, we got a show to do here. There's an audience here. The place is packed. They're all losing interest. It's terrible. No, just roll the clip. For god darn. Is it rolling? It's rolling. Roll it. There it is. That's good. Oh, yeah, I love it. By the way, I don't know if I had a chance there to compliment you, Gary, on your fabulous, honest, top-notch Photoshop, where you took the logo and that we made, and you cut off the bottom there, and you only left the top of the O and the top of the T and part of the lowercase h there, and not show the whole thing. Instead of, what most people would have done there is they would have gone up there and they'd have gotten just a regular font, and they would have just written the words on the screen there, because it's not actually any kind of it's not like a logo or anything, just the words. You could have, but you didn't, and I appreciate it. I just wanted you to know. Yeah, sorry. I don't want to stop you. I was just talking. Roll the clip. Don't stop because of me.
I address you not
good.
only as a citizen of...
Oh my God, they're hot. Where'd you meet those ladies? What do you mean, stock footage? They might not be American.
The United States, but as an American.
Oh, that lady's an American. Clearly, that fella ain't. He's some sort of a migrant worker there. You're goddamn right, build the wall.
Standing for all humanity. For the first time in the history of our nation, technology has been activated.
Oh, dear God. What kind of technology? I don't. I want to know. It looks like a fucking speak and spell. That's why I'm asking you.
That attacks our Constitution.
With what? With knives or? Because it's behind protective glass. They can't really.
The capacity to destroy our future.
Well, wait a minute. Our future is in the Chicago O'Hare Airport?
Absolute proof.
Oh, hey, look at you. You cut out good. Look how good. You did good. You cut out the screen. You shrunk it down. You put it in front of the other screen. There's an A over there. It looks like somebody wrote asshole and you covered it up quickly. The globe's a nice touch, though. Makes it look more important than it is. That's smart.
Of the biggest cyber attack in history.
We must remove voting machines and any electronic devices from all elections forever.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Matter of fact, we shouldn't even be talking on this phone. No, I'll keep talking while we're on here.
Elections have consequences.
They do. You're right about that. You know, a long time ago, people voted to have election machines. Oh, I see. Those elections don't have consequences. Just ours. Okay, good.
These selections are
Oh, I see what you did there. That's cute.
transforming the spirit of our country.
If the election of 2020 didn't happen,
Then we'd have had to have another one because you got to have, it's legally mandated by the Constitution. If that election hadn't happened, we'd already lost our oh, he knows that. I see. I see.
we would never, ever, ever have gotten
Ever. He's saying ever. I just don't, never ever or ever?
to this great place we're going to get to.
Minnesota?
Trust me on that.
Oh, I do.
Ever.
Wait, ever? Ever?
This was all God's plan.
Oh, you don't have to, is this, hello, God, it's me, Mike. I'm just kidding, it's not Mike, he's on the stage right now.
And we are in the greatest revival for Jesus in history.
Yeah, I don't know why it would take place on courthouse steps.
Mike Lindell presents live.
Oh, look, and in the end, you use the actual thing. So it was the top of the S I was seeing, the dot on the I and the T. And then you totally scrubbed Mike's name out. That was fantastic. And then look at him. You even used the thing that somebody else made. The thing that was on Twitter was somebody holding up a flag, which was him just going like this. And then you put the flag in. I love how you did that. That's so great. What a great Photoshop trick to make it look like he was actually holding a flag. And he wasn't holding a flag. He was just putting his fist out there. He was just fisting the crowd. He was what?
The Moment of Truth Summit on frankspeech.com.
Yeah, good idea. Fade it out before the end of it so people don't hear.
Well,
I gotta go. I want
we
to
are
listen
in
to the
the
rest of the
greatest
speech.
revival for Jesus in history.
He's repeating himself. Do you think he heard the audio? Oh God, run it again. Back it up. Run it again.
And I want to tell
Okay,
you,
I'll
I
talk to
want
you
to
later. Okay, no, you hang up. You hang up. No, you hang up. Midwestern goodbye. Okay, bye.
compare the 2020 election will go down as the most important election in history. And here's why.
I can't wait to find out. I know you guys are excited. He's going to tell us.
I'll tell you, when I did my first infomercial on October 7, 2011, I was living in my sister's basement. And
Yeah, I know. Marge tells me about it all the time.
I had like 10 employees, and I
In the basement of your sister's house?
did this dream of an infomercial, and we launched it that day. And 40
So you rushed it.
days later, I had 500 employees. We were the #1 infomercial in the world. Over the next 6 months, we took in $100 million.
And you snorted it all.
But I woke up that day, and I'm in tears. I was $6 million in debt.
Ah, now I know why Trump likes you as a businessman. Trump's favorite trait he likes when he sees it in somebody is he doesn't want to see them as a threat in any way.
And it took a couple years to dig out of that, but I just prayed. I said, God, what went wrong? What did I do wrong?
And God said, well, let's start with the crack.
But I learned so much from the spring of 2012, where the corruption was, where the mistakes were made. So much was revealed over those next 2 years.
Yeah, drugs will do that to you.
Where if 2012 hadn't happened to my pillow, I wouldn't be where I'm at now with that platform God's given me for such a time we're in right now.
Oh, so if anybody has a time machine out there and you can go back in time, maybe fix that shit. It'll save us a lot of grief.
And
Yeah.
And if you compare that, all the changes
Yeah.
I made to where now 76 million My Pillows has sold, over 2,000 employees and all that part.
Yeah, he's been kicked out of all the big box stores. He's kicked off of social media. He's basically a pariah in the news that he had done before, and he keeps talking shit. Like, all that's possible because of Jesus Christ.
It's
It's all Jesus' fault. There, I said it, and I feel better for having said it. Mike, I've been holding on to this for a long time. For crying out loud. I wanted to tell everybody this was God's fault, that you're going through this, and you shouldn't have to go through it. You're a good man. except when you're not.
It's the same thing as the 2020 election.
Oh, holy smokes. We've done it twice now, have we? Oh, that's terrible.
Now, I'll tell you, if we would have...
Wait, Trump's live now? Is he actually speaking now? I don't need to watch this feller if he's going to go live.
If we would have went to bed...
Oh, look, I'm spoken for. Stop asking, Mike. You're not going to strike oil. You might as well stop drilling. I don't care what Trump says. I do mind when you grab me like that.
At 3 in the morning, if they hadn't overrode
If you hadn't fucking called me.
the algorithms, if our great president Donald Trump and all of you had not overrode the algorithms of the machines, just like Carrie Lake just did last night, right?
No.
That was...
Oh, wow.
That was like a rerun, right? That was a rerun.
Yeah, it's amazing. The way they rigged the Republican primary there in Arizona was almost identical to how they rigged the 2020 election. Mostly that was done, of course, by Republicans, I would say.
What?
Yeah, it's true. Come on now. It's absolutely true. All the rigging was done by Republicans.
What?
They don't want to talk about it. I call them rhinos for a reason. Because they're always horny and they keep grabbing me.
Okay, she gets up by 12,000 votes in the middle of the night. Shut down the machines. Hurry, we got to do something. What are we going to do? Well, they couldn't do it this time because they overrode it.
Totally true. Hold on. I'm checking on something. Hold on. Hold your horses and don't point at me like that. I always think you're going to reach for me and then I got to dodge my privates away from that.
It may not be.
Oh, that's garbage. Hold on. Step up in there with it. This dude's not going to be on for a while. He's in, oh, good Lord, he's in Waukesha, Wisconsin.
The screen.
That's terrible. Here, we'll stick to this till he shows up.
Just like
They've got video of Donald
shut
Trump
up.
doing all of his damn.
this. If we would have went to bed and if they would have predicted right, they didn't know that Donald Trump was going to get 83 million votes, everybody.
Yeah, no one did because he fucking well didn't.
That's the fact. Biden only got about 64 million.
Sorry, I promised I wouldn't laugh, but honest to God, no. That's not how it happened. Not at all. He didn't get, 83, you thought it was ridiculous when Biden got the goddamn votes, you goon. For Pete's sake, are you out of your mind? Oh, sorry. Play this out, you rat.
Okay. But we would have all went to bed.
Oh, well, some of us would have. Let me tell you that right now.
And Biden would have won, and
He did win.
would have never known. And we would
Yes. If everyone had just recognized that reality had actually put Biden in the White House, we would have never been able to experience 2 years of Mike Lindell's meltdown. We wouldn't have had our Mike Pillow vacation into madness together.
all been around going, can you believe that what happened to our kids, our children? They brainwashed them in college, the media, everyone's going, we've turned into a communist country.
No, they weren't.
That's what would have happened. But God said no, he gave us grace.
That's right. God gave us grace. And he said, let them look around for votes that aren't there. And let them scramble like assholes for 27 months until some of them are indicted for attempting to steal the election because of their criminality. Because in my all-knowing, I will one day deliver, as I, the Lord Jesus, will deliver Donald Trump into the seat of power once again on my own time frame, somewhere in the order of 6 billion years from now.
He gave us all of this.
Where he will be the king of ashen earth after our humans have left the planet behind after they smoked it in a crack pipe.
Stuff that happened from back then. Do you know I prayed on
on just about everyone.
January 4th. On January 4th, when they had that runoff in Georgia, the two senators, I prayed that they would steal them both.
So it's your fault.
Everyone's going, Mike, you did this. No, let me tell you.
Yeah, Mike, you did this.
If I
That's nobody thinks that, Mike. If your prayers actually came true, Trump would be president and you'd be on top of Melania right now.
was their marketer, I would have said, give them back a senator so they shut up about this election and this election crime. If they would have done that, everyone would have went into a mode. Maybe not all of you, but most people would have said,
yeah, not the CPAC people.
it's just we still have the Senate. We'll get them back in 2022. Red wave, and then
Yeah, which we all know is crap. It was stolen, so don't vote ever again. Never. It's all been garbage.
What?
Stop. Don't let them lure you into voting again. That's
What?
the worst thing that can happen. It's true. That's the worst thing you can do, because then you buy into their system. Because,
What?
I ain't got time to bleed.
Next time would be blue wave, red wave, all this uniparty stuff going on. But
The Uniparty. He was going to say shit, and then he went to Uniparty, which I think he's a classy guy.
instead, they stole them both, and everyone's going,
Well, they borrowed them. If you can take them back, they weren't stolen, really.
now what do we do? Well, they had a backup plan. What did they do to silence us? They had January 6th.
Oh, that was I see. That was the whole thing. They did an end run around themselves. They attacked themselves. They drugged Ashley Babbitt and turned her into a robotic automaton, urged on by Antifa and white BLM infiltrates.
On January 7th is very significant that we got through January 7th, and here's why.
Because if you don't do that, you'll never see January 8th, because time moves forward.
January 7th is the day they tried to silence us forever.
Well, apparently they did a terrible job, because you're in front of a big logo.
1.2 million Americans lost their crooked Vimeos, YouTubes, Suckerbucks, Facebook.
Oh, thank God. I was worried he'd get through the whole segment without an anti-Semitic nickname for a Jew, but thank goodness.
Twitter, deplatformed, churches deplatformed, not just our great president, Donald Trump.
No, definitely not. All the church, like Flashpoint's not on the air anymore. Well, they are. But like all of Kenneth Copeland's sermons are, well, you can watch them. I mean, they're on. Joel Osteen, all the mega churches were wiped out, and one big move by the big commie. Well, they're all around.
They tried to silence our voices.
No one would ever silence your voice.
Conservative media, that one of them rhymes with Fox, went completely silent about the election. Okay, they went
That didn't go over as well as you thought it would.
silent about it. They won't talk to you about the election.
Hold on. No. We're not bombing churches or any acts of violence. Fuck off with that nonsense.
They won't even talk. We have 2,000 mules on there. That has nothing to do with machines.
It doesn't have anything to do with anything. Well, it's geolocating, but it's different kinds of machines.
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. I watched it. It was disgusting.
Okay, but they did.
That's not weird at all. What are you talking about? You know, I once watched an episode of InfoWars where they talked about how there's lizard people trying to run the government, and one of the things that you can spot them is that they don't really sort of talk and move around well or interact with humans very well. They're a bit awkward and weird, and they also tend to jut their tongues out like serpents. They do that a lot. So, I mean, I read that somewhere. I saw it in a video on it, but maybe just, I don't know. There's no reason why I brought it up. I just felt like bringing it up. But if anybody of you spot somebody doing something like that, maybe let us know.
Silence our voices, okay? And over the last year and a half now, here's where we're at, and here's what's going to get our country back.
Okay, finally.
The judges.
Oh, okay. See, I thought it was going to be the voters, but...
And everyone's going, Mike, the judges, they didn't have our back then.
Yeah, but they're going to now.
Let me tell you.
You tell me.
I'll tell you who didn't have our back.
Well, I thought you were going to tell us who does have our back and how we're going to get it back. We know who fucked us.
All the legislatures.
Oh, yeah, the legislatures. That's true.
We've learned now the Republican legislatures in a lot of these states, they turn their back on us. We've learned we have learned so much from the 2020 election.
Haven't we?
Where the horrible, we call them rhinos. I call them criminal rhinos. You go to Brad
Oh, yeah. Thanks for going the extra step.
Rasmussen down in Georgia.
Oh, totally a criminal rhino.
It's disgusting.
A rhino escapes from the zoo. What do? You put it down by sitting on its horn and waiting for the authorities.
What he's done. Okay, and there's a blocker in every state. Well, Rusty Bowers is gone, everybody. How about that? You got the blocker Robin Voss up in Wisconsin. The president just endorsed his opponent. God bless him, because Robin Voss needs to go.
Yeah, the important thing here is as long as we don't attack other Republicans, except the ones that need attacking.
These are things that are going to happen, but I want to tell you about the judges.
Please do.
You go back a year and a half ago, and
No, thank you.
those judges, not one judge looked at evidence. Not one. Actually, I take it back. In Antrim County, Michigan, the judge did look there. If you all heard that
So you were lying this whole time.
on the news, he looked, but he didn't rule on it. He said, oh, I don't want to be
Oh, no. Oh, no. Can't even look at that.
the first guy to be able to
No, you just don't.
talk about this. The judges had fear back then.
Yeah, they don't have any fear anymore. They look at what's happening to our they look at our country and these jobs that are being created by this communist regime, and
They have families too. They're like all of us. They have friends, family, children, grandchildren.
side pieces,
They didn't
uncles, second cousins twice removed,
want. We were
other entire families they keep in another state with a wife and two children that they always say they're on a business trip.
in an anomaly back then. We're still in an anomaly in history.
Yeah, do 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 do.
And but
Anomaly, do 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 do.
now it's different. They've
Well, I hope so.
all learned so much.
Yeah,
They've,
so much.
people that were over here are now in the middle because they see how our country's being destroyed.
That's right.
This isn't a Democrat thing. This is the Democratic Party dislikes that they were picked in this fraud election. We skipped right over
Yeah, they're just enjoying the fact
socialism to communism.
that they're in charge
Is where we're at.
for a couple of weeks, but then next time they're going to hand it over to the Republicans, and then we'll see how they like it.
But these judges now are getting braver. Look at the judge in Florida that made the great ruling and said the masks are nonsense on airplanes and no mandates, right?
Yeah, I mean, basically, they're only killing maggots. So she was like, we can get rid of some of these people.
That changed history. Look at Roe v. Wade right in the middle of all this.
Hal, my ancestors are Vikings. You sound good there now. Thanks, Mr. Nice Guy. I try that. I've got a little Viking blood in me as well.
What a miracle.
Both through birth and through the occasional chipped tooth.
Right? We have a judge. Here's another thing with Carrie Lake.
Oh,
Carrie, we're doing preliminary injunctions to get rid of the machines in all these states. We started with Arizona.
yeah. It's called the Mike Lindell's Pro-Crayon Act of 2020 whenever.
2 weeks ago. You're not going to see this on Fox News.
Well, of course not. I don't watch Fox News. It's not. I'm just not in their demographic. I know I don't need a catheter that I can insert while flying a biplane. And Tucker Carlson makes me sweat.
You need to go to Frank's speech. You need to go to my platform. You're going to hear it. That's why I built it, so we could get the word out.
Did you really build it, though? I think you just kind of bought it, didn't you? I think you kind of, like it's one of those packages.
But
Like you go to GoDaddy and you can pay for a setup. I'm just saying, I just don't think you know HTML.
this judge in Arizona agreed to look at the case, and he was an Obama-appointed judge. He's just doing his job as a judge. I got terrible ones out in D.C. One of them was Trump appointed with the big fight of the machines there. But this judge looked at it.
It's weird. So what you're saying is the Obama judges will give you a fair shake, and the Trump ones are liars that try to cover up where the fraud was actually carried out in the election. That's weird. It almost, I got to say, it almost makes me think that the reason that Trump believes that there was fraud is because he committed it himself. And the reason why Republicans don't want to look into the fraud, is because they actually helped him carry it out. It just wasn't enough. And the algorithm that actually got run over during the election was the one he set up because he figured if he got 2 million more votes, he would make, if he just made it, he would make, I'm just saying, and maybe that's why they don't want to look, because they see, they're afraid of getting caught. Yes. Look, I don't want to bring it up.
And I want you to think of this. This judge looked at this. It was a hearing 2 weeks ago, looks at all the evidence of these machines, and the relief is to get rid of them and do paper ballots and hand count it.
Yeah, with crayons on toilet paper, and you have to write with your feet, and there will be a one-drop policy that'll go into whether or not you can get an ID.
Okay. He looked at it. Now compare it to this. If I told you, if I'm in the state of Arizona, or let's say I'm here in Texas, and I said, hey, do you know we have reason to believe that all your cars don't have brakes?
Huh. So one would think we would go out there, check one of the cars to see if the brakes work. They do. Move to the next car. Check to see if that car's brakes work. They do. Then check a third car and then check them and then go, Mike, you're fucking with us. Which car are you talking about? And then you get in your own car, which has no brakes because you're a fucking lunatic, and drive off a cliff.
And then finally you get a judge to look at it and he goes, ooh, that's not good.
Why are you asking me? I'm a judge. You need a mechanic.
And then he's got to make a ruling of why you should either still drive on these cars with no brakes or get rid of them.
Gosh, that's going to be a toss-up. I mean, is it under the Commerce Clause, or how's he going to do that? The point I'm trying to make is that, is it his car? How did he get to work?
So that judge, but he's looking at whatever he rules. Either way.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If he says drive a car with no brakes or stop driving a car because it has no brakes, it works.
It's a win.
It's a win.
Looked at it, everybody.
Yeah, he looked at the cars. They have brakes. And you get charged legal fees.
And judge after judge is going to start looking at this stuff. There's stuff going on in every state right now.
Yeah, some cars don't have brakes. Other ones don't have windshields. A lot of them don't even have fucking engines. And they drive too fast in those gosh darn things.
And I want to tell you...
I'll do a lot check.
The way we're at right now, I am having...
The way we're at. I love that song. It's from the 70s.
What you've seen in there. I deal with all 50 states. We have a call once a week. Millions of people from around this country that are fighting in the grassroots and lawsuits. There's stuff. Every state I get on the call, they say, we had the most fraud in our state. We had the most fraud in our state.
And I go, none of your... Look, the most fraud is in whatever state Mike is in at the time.
So what we're doing, it's the Moment of Truth Summit. August 20th and 21st. I'm telling you, if you get everyone, it's going to be live streamed on Frank Speech. Get the app now if you don't have it.
Yeah, they don't have it.
It'll be live streamed there to the world. At the Cyber Symposium.
Well, it's the internet, so technically the world can see it. But you can't say it to the world. That's like singing out your window and saying, I'm singing to the world.
Jim, I had about
which I totally do.
4 million people.
Especially with this mustache. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Join in, Mike. Mama, life had just begun, but now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama, didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow, carry on, as if nothing really matters. All right, I'm fine. Back to where I was.
I need at least 100 million
Wrong show.
people to watch. It doesn't fail if people watch. I'm telling you, all the pieces are there. I need one prayer that millions and millions can watch this.
Just one? Okay. Dear God, please on the 20th and the 21st, make sure that no one has anything important to do. Nothing that has any true meaning in their life. Make sure that those 2 days are devoid of meaning for everyone in the world, so that even leisure activity would be considered a waste of time. Make everyone slightly drowsy. Perhaps everyone's stricken with some sort of disease that makes them ambulatory but unable to use their limbs just because they don't feel like it. And then, Lord, all we ask is that people have a fairly good internet access and they can watch things at 340p. Amen.
We're going to have all 50 states on stage the first day.
Christ, where's this going to happen? I don't even know if the Rose Bowl holds that many people.
And it's invite only, by the way, for that
Okay, so not all 50 states. Some of the states aren't invited.
part. But all 50 states are going to get
Well, 42. Well, it's 16.
on there in alphabetical order and say what their current
Oh, thanks, Peter.
footprint is. Okay, on that day. Then that night we're showing Selection Code. It's a movie by Lara Logan.
Lair Logan. I hate him. He's one of the scariest DC cinematic universe supervillains.
It's a world premiere. I'm giving it away free to the world. This is a
So it's worth the price of admission.
full feature film that could make millions in the box office. I want the world to be saved.
This could make dozens, and instead I'm giving it away to you because no one else wants to watch it otherwise.
So that, and then the next day we're having the trial of the machines. Nice name, right?
No, it's not. I mean, it's a little bit ridiculous, I gotta admit. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna do something else. Let's see if we can do it this way. Yeah. I see a little silhouette of a man, Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolt of lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, 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 we go from oh, I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor family. There in his life from his mom's property. Easy come, easy go, will you let me go? Bismillah, no, we will not let him go, let him go. Sorry. I have to stop before I start doing Flash. He'll save every one of us.
Trial of the machines.
The trial of the machines.
And they don't get to come, just kind of like that big charade
Just like Donald Trump.
out there at the January 6th garbage.
The January 6th garbage. All right. That was too much. I'm sorry. I gotta...
Okay. By the
Right,
way,
okay.
if January 6th, I've said I'll come and show you the evidence. They won't.
Yeah, I'll come and show you the evidence. Huh? Come on over here. I want to see some evidence.
Well, let me come.
Sorry.
No, I've offered. Come on, I'd love to be there, Pelosi. Tell you what a charade this is. You guys all know the FBI ruled that there was a year ago on June 26th that there was no collusion with Donald Trump or his backers. It should have been over then. It's a joke. But
Hold on. Donald Trump, there was no collusion between Donald Trump and his own backers. So what you're telling us is that, wait a minute. So the Russians were Donald Trump's backers? The shit?
anyway, there's another thing I want to tell you. The last thing I want to say is at that event,
Thank good. Psst, wrap it up.
we're going to have people up on stage from other countries.
Oh, no, I can't do that then. I don't, no. Spanish gives me a headache.
And this is very important you hear me on this.
Hear me now, but understand me later.
Over 54 countries.
Wait a minute. You're letting foreign countries outnumber the states? What kind of... This isn't MAGA.
Have now been taken by the machines or are getting taken by the machines.
Have they, or they're in the process?
And you never get to go back.
No, you never get to go back. Once you get a cell phone, nobody wants to go back to dial. Nobody wants to... Hold on one second. Yeah. Gary. No. We're good. No, just the one... No, he wanted to run the tape first. Yeah, no, now he's on the part in the speech where once people get an updated machine, they never want to go back. Well, I like talking to you on the phone. Why not? All right. No. You can't click the receiver like that. That doesn't work. I don't do Morse code texting. Stop it. All right. I'll talk to you later. Magoo.
Venezuela, Australia, they're gone.
Holy smokes. Somebody get me the newsroom. 2 entire countries have been wiped off the map during CPAC today. Venezuela and New Zealand are gone. Yeah. Well, no, we've got to prepare. No, because there's going to be an influx of refugees, mostly penguins. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Just call the news and let them know the 2 countries, maybe 3. I don't know. He might make up another one. 3 more of, yeah, they're gone. No, call me later. Okay, Magoo.
You don't get to vote out the machines once they're there.
No, it's Terminator 9, Rise of the Voting Machines.
Once they're there, you don't get your country back.
That's right. Once they're there, you can never vote again. We've had them for years. And so, shit.
God gave us grace, and he gave us, this is the one time in history. It's the best time to be alive.
Yeah, I agree. Because Donald Trump is no longer, that's not what you mean?
History's going to look back and say, every one of you,
History's going to look back and go, fuck, this sucks. This is a terrible time to be alive. I wish I was alive back then when I could have seen this in person and laughed my fucking ass off.
One of you have taken a part of this to save our country and get rid of these machines before we're gone.
Yes, in the future, they will have no machines.
Forever, because if like Ronald Reagan said, if the lights...
And like Ronald Reagan said, well, I think no matter how advanced computers get, we should always use crayons.
Go out here, they go out everywhere. The whole world is watching. We can't, now if we don't get rid of them by the fall, all of them, we're going to have, everybody's going to go vote these great candidates like Carrie Lake and override the machines, and we're going to get rid of them eventually, all of them.
So if they don't get elected this fall, just so I know you're wanting to just clarify, if Carrie Lake loses this fall, obviously it was fraud. If she wins, then it's God's grace and they actually worked, and she'll make sure there's no fraud ever again. Because the Democrats were able to steal the election, but they're never going to try again because they don't dare unless they lose, in which case they didn't, or they did and they lost. But if they lose, then they won.
I'll end this with this.
You've said that 3 times. I don't think you're ever ending.
God's given us grace for such a time as this, so we have to make this the greatest revival for Jesus Christ in history. Thank you all. God bless you.
Yeah, never be afraid to ride out on Jesus's applause. Jesus and Mike Lindell are living together now in a small apartment in upstate Minnesota. They got a little island that they live on all the time and smoke crack anytime. Jesus and Mike Lindell live together on an island in the city of a town, the state of 10,000 lakes. Oh yeah.